Hey guys, Grumpy Man here. Here's my next ride today. Ninja H2 SX Sport Touring Model Supercharged 2018 brand new model. 200 horsepower. It's a 1 liter supercharged. So they came out with the H2 and the H2R first. Those are pure sport bikes. One just for the track, one for getting all your hooligan needs. So very nice bike. Look around. I kind of like it. I like the styling. So let's see. All right. I'm on the balls of my feet. It's sportier than the concourse I just got off of. Get the mirrors here adjusted a bit. Oh, look at that screen. Jeez Louise. Power F.
There's a lot of buttons, so I don't
C'est... Je sais pas, là. Anyway, je vais pas tester une journée comme ça.
C'est full power, par exemple.
F, c'est full, c'est ça?
Ouais, F, c'est full. Ouais.
Ok.
Tu veux-tu ça?
Ouais, laisse-le comme ça, anyway. Je...
On va loin, on va pas vite.
No. So very nice. We're in neutral. That screen is beautiful. That's so far that's the nicest screen that I have seen. So yeah. So this is full electronics, cruise control, different modes. It's obviously it's ride by wire. It's slight. It's got. I think the Supercharger is smaller than on the full sport model. You don't have an adjustable screen or anything. This is really someone that wants a sport bike. That it's a sport bike with hard luggage. The factory luggage. It's not huge, but it's fine. All LED lights. This is a brand new, you know, fully adjustable suspension. The clutch is nice. Okay, I just got off the concourse and I absolutely hated the clutch. It was really stiff and I found a lot of driveline lash. This is in full power. So you can see boost level is here. Lean angle. Yeah. Look at the seat on that girl in front of me. She's on a pad. Like, so, I'll tell you my general feeling about the suspension and so forth. Just because I don't know how this is set up. So this is the sport touring model, and I think a lot of it is for insurance stuff too, that maybe you're not going to pay the full so I can tell you right away that with this screen the way it is, I'm 5'10", or a hair under 5'10", 185, 88 pounds, and I'm pretty normal for torso ratios and so forth. So right now I'm actually getting I have vented boots. I'm actually getting some air on my feet, and let's just say that's heavenly, because I don't know if you see the dash is 33. Yeah, so the brake levers are adjustable. If this was my bike, obviously I'd adjust them. That's a bit better. So far I like the ride better than on the concourse. So the concourse is another generation of bike. This is a new generation. That's a last generation, I would say. That's a bit heavier. This one, I believe it was 276 kilos. So just under 600 pounds. So I'm not going to mess with the dash, but if you can see that dash, that is absolutely beautiful. The only thing that comes close to that, I think, is a KTM. Maybe the new Triumphs. But this is sporty. This actually reminds me of a VFR. It's not super sport, but it's not like upright either. So far I'm very comfortable. My feet, I can plant them firmly. I'm not feeling a lot of driveline lash like I did on the last bike. Wow. I don't know. It feels really nice. I'm definitely getting air on my hands and stuff, so no one's buying this thinking that it's a full touring bike at all. So I think the person that's going to buy this is someone that wants to do a little bit more distance driving, but go around this guy. Nice. Oh Lord. I don't know if this has a quick shifter. Oh, has a quick shifter. I thought it did. So I just hit the rev limiter there in third. I don't know what the boost was doing, but yeah. You can get in trouble on this bike. I think that's the strongest acceleration I've ever felt. I think pretty much, yeah. I've driven a Super Duke and other bikes and powerful bikes in the past, but this is something else. I don't know how comfortable I would be personally, because I'm an old man. Yeah, I'm 47 and I've got bad wrists, so this is like this is the sporty side of sport touring, for sure. And I think like the 1200 RT, the BMW that I tried, is like on more the touring side of sport touring. This is very nice. Now, the other big reason why I wouldn't buy this, in Quebec, we have different no-fault insurance and so forth when you drive compared to the rest of Canada. So in Quebec, there's a big part of your license plate or your registration for your bike that's insurance. And a super sport bike, just to put it on the road every year, this year, is it costs $1,500 a year. And a bike that's not considered a dangerous bike, so a cruiser or a naked bike, those you pay around just under 500, so 4 or something, which is still high compared to other provinces. But So for me, and it's going up next year. It's going to be around $2,000 next year. So that would be another thing for me. The other thing for me, also, as well as this has a chain. And to put it this way, I'd have to really, really love the bike to deal with the chain and cleaning and lubing and getting the gunk off the wheels and so forth. But there's nothing. The funny thing is the other bike, that Concours, had a shaft drive, and the throttle, the lurch, the driveline lash was extreme. And this one, it's got a chain, and just let me. I'm not really used to this bike, so if I'm driving like a grandpa, you can make fun of me in the comments. I welcome it. Oh, we're gonna do it a different way. I'd like a well-timed ride, or I thought I'd be, I don't give myself enough credit maybe, or I thought I'd be more sore than I am by now, just because of the sportier riding position. I'm actually comfortable. And with cruise control, yeah. There is a lot of play in the throttle. The mirrors are very nice. I can see a lot. The transmission is divine. Sorry, I need some air. I think he had, there's a reason to this guy's madness. So, this is really, ooh. Yeah, this is really cool. The suspension is, I find the ride quite nice. I must say that I am getting heat. My thighs are a bit warm. But I mean, let's be honest. It's 31 degrees, super crazy humid. In traffic, I think you're going to be warm no matter what. And I know I took some Ducatis, and those things, because of the exhaust placement, were pretty crazy for the heat. Yeah, she doesn't look that comfortable. She must like them. I always say that when I see passengers on these on a sport bike. This one I think is a little bit better, but if you saw the patch, it's like 4 inches by 6 inches of, you know, half-inch padding. It's not what I would call comfortable for a passenger. So there's a lot of bumps. This suspension I'm finding really nice. doesn't show temperature. Probably have to switch the screen. Like, I don't need the lean sensor. Yeah, the throttle moves a lot before you actually engage the gas. Well, the quick shifter works better than the first gen quick shifter on my my BMW. I've watched a few reviews on this bike, and everyone seems to like it. And I'm sure even these bars, you could put risers or something. Like, if I really like the bike and that was the problem, I could just put risers and raise the bars a little bit. And I'm sure people make a good aftermarket seat, although I'm pretty good, besides being hot. This is like I think he has a plan of where we're gonna go. Yeah, the cloud's kind of dissipated. Oh, it's got back to front weight distribution too. Like, I take that off and just put, like, I don't know, temperature or something. I think there's a whole bunch of modes for the screen. Woo! The air conditioning in the car is going to feel real nice. As for the weight, it's not. It doesn't. This feels pretty flickable. I'm pretty sure compared to the sport version, the geometry is a bit different for different use. The clutch is nice and light. The brakes aren't grabby. Quick shifter. I keep saying it. And you might be some purists watching the channel saying, I don't need a quick shifter. Then you don't have to use it. And you can get, I don't know if this is the SE. I think this is the SE, so you get the quick shifter. You can buy the base model of this, and I don't think it has the same dash. And I don't think you get the quick shifter. So you can if you want. Although, very nice. I'll have a look at the saddlebags to see. To see how big. I don't know if they fit a helmet or anything like that crazy, but I mean, the way this is set up for me, I couldn't ride all day on this, I don't think. I think I'd be, I don't think my wrist can take it, but that's just me. It's not a detriment of the bike. It's not a bad point per se. I think I understand what they were going for with this bike, and I think they hit it out of the park. I think they really basically wanted a sport touring that was 80% sport, and I think they did a good job. I think they succeeded. I don't know what the competition to this is, because other sport touring is like that concourse, and that's pretty much an older generation. There's the regular Ninja 1000, but that's doesn't have all the next gen stuff on it, I guess. Oh my god. We need to get on some highway, man. There's a lot of mechanical noise, but I think you can hear the supercharger. Nice, and the paint, I don't know if you can catch the green, the metal flake in it, and the black here. Yeah, it's definitely, I injured my my thumb a bit and my shoulder, and it's definitely a little bit hard on it. But it's pretty nice. It's super stable. There's a little bit of buzziness through the handlebars a bit, but I mean it is an inline 4, right? So now I didn't get. Apparently, you make some really nice. The supercharger makes a really nice noise at higher RPMs, but I'm not really doing higher RPMs. I don't know what tires are on it, but I do think it has a 190, and I don't know what. I'm pretty sure they're. I have to look to see if they're sport touring tires or they're sport tires. I know it's got a 190 in the back, so a tiny bit wider than the standard, you know, the 180/55. This is a. Oof. When you got the wind on you a bit, it kind of takes a bit of the weight off your wrists. It's not so bad. And like I said, don't look at that as a negative. I've seen guys with super sports, like full-on sport bikes with bags strapped to the back and going for you know, trips on them. So. But this is night. It's completely different than that concourse that I just got off of. This doesn't have as much wind protection. No adjustable screen. And I'm definitely feeling some heat in my nether regions. So. But the supercharger, I believe, is in the back of the... Actually, I'm not sure. The supercharger looks like it's behind the cylinders, but it could be just that's where they put the plaque for it. I haven't seen a teardown. I'd have to look up to see a teardown of this and see what it looks like. I'd say if you want to if you're in the market for something sporty, but you know, that has some factory hard luggage that doesn't look so bad, I'd definitely say look at this bike. And I'll mention the dealer. This is Moto Illimité in Terrebonne, Quebec. I'd like to say thank you. They gave us some hot dogs, a nice cold drink. It's Kawasaki Canada that puts on these events, but the dealer, it still takes work from the dealer. So, thank you very much. They sell Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, KTM, Triumph, and MV Agusta, which I've never tried. They don't really have events. Like I said, they don't have press bikes for loan too much in Canada. I was talking to my dealer friend, my salesman friend at BMW. They don't have demo bikes, and in the States, you know, they'll like, and geez, in England too, I watch a bunch of guys, Miss It and Flyer, and 44 Teeth, and Captain Rambunctious, and Rider TV. They're English, and they go to like Barnstormer, that big dealer, and they just borrow bikes. And when your bike's in for service, and they lend you a bike, so they take bikes and they do their little reviews. So like BMW has like, so in Europe and even the States apparently is it's like that. Just Canada, we're smaller population. They don't sell as many bikes. So this is if you want to do content on YouTube and stuff and do little reviews of bikes, unless you're friendly. I mean, I could spend a fortune and rent a bike, but it's a good couple $100, you know, to rent some of these bikes. So, and with the way that the revenue works with YouTube, and they're always changing it to moving, the bar is always moving, you know, like so you're not guaranteed that you'd even make the money back. Yeah, so yeah, it's very warm around my knees and my butt. So that, I don't know if that's a byproduct of the supercharger. It's not a turbo, it's a supercharger. So the difference is a turbo is spun up by exhaust gas, which compresses the intake going in. A supercharger uses a mechanical link between the engines, so it's always spinning. So you get a broader, you don't get any, there's no lag with the supercharger in general. So roughly that's the difference. So basically supercharger is always going. So to get 200 horsepower out of a 1-liter engine is that's pretty good. I know the other brands, they do a bit more. Like a HP4 Race, S1000RR is about the same, around 200. The Ducatis are slightly bigger and they put out a bit more power, but 200 horsepower is something that doesn't weigh, it's under 600 pounds. It's nothing to sneeze at, let's just say, okay? Yeah, I really like this bike. Yeah, I'm getting old maybe. Actually, you know what? These could be from their rental fleet, because I know they rent most of these bikes. So maybe it's because I noticed they have Quebec plates. Usually they come from Ontario if they're from. This is just yeah. So before anyone comments, no, I'm not giving it full throttle. It is in full power mode. The KTRC, I think that's the traction traction control and all that is on 1, which I think is probably maybe it's the least sensitive, but it does have full electronics, and the fact that it's telling me my lean angle and stuff, you tell it has the next gen IMU, so lean sensitive ABS. I'm pretty sure it has all the new toys. Yeah, the gear starts flashing, and then you get the other light. So let's see how it is. Let's put her into 6th. Okay, so we're in 6th, and we're at 3,000 RPM at 80, so it doesn't... Oh, wow. No juddering. So let's just say I've tried the Super Duke, and if you put it in top gear, and I did this exact test around 80 kilometers an hour, and you went like this, it accelerates, but it shudders like crazy. But yes, that's a V-twin. This is an inline 4. But geez, this is also more power too. This is I think the Super Duke is 180-ish. I'm leaving it in 3rd on purpose. Yeah, I don't get that driveline lash that we got when Oh, this handle is so nice. Well, that girl, I can see, she's a good passenger. They're leaning pretty nicely there, so... She's been on his bike before. Nice color. Yeah, I got on my right leg, I've got a blast, there's a blast of heat. Ooh, I'm just putting my legs out, I've got vents. I don't know if you could see my wrist there. There's like a quarter turn where there's nothing. Quick shifter is really nice. So, woo. Yeah, there's a. So, when you're going from a stop, you really need to, like, just move your throttle a little bit before you're actually moving the throttle. So, I think that's just an adjustment. Or maybe someone will watch this that knows more. And but see, look, that's nothing. So, but once you know it's there, it's no big deal. Okay, mister. Ladybug in my screen. I don't like the bugs in my screen. I think if my wrists weren't already if my wrists weren't already sore, I would say that I don't know. This is a really nice bike. I think that this version, as we said here, is 21,000 Canadian. And like I said, it came out this year. So they're in Quebec, they're paying the small plate this year, but it's on the provisional list for the moto at risk, so motorcycle at risk or dangerous motorcycle, for next year. So this will be 2,000, almost 2,000 to put a plate on it. And then of course their private insurance that you get would be double. So for instance, my R1200R, I pay for the plate for, let's just say 500, it's a little bit under that. and I pay about $560. That's a decent rate for my age, you know, 47. Full coverage with like a $250 deductible on collision or something. And when I asked about a bike, VFR 1200, which was a 2011, was already 4 years old, but brand new in a crate. That was, so it would have been, you know, at that time $1,300 for the plate, and my insurance would have been double as well. Not because I'm a bad driver or anything, the same person getting it. It's just because the government says it's a dangerous bike, then the insurance can just charge you whatever they want. So this bike, and especially if you were a younger person, like, well, a lot of places won't even insure motorcycles for young people, so under 30. So there you go, you know. Oh yeah, this would be dangerous, I think. Well, it's all about maturity, right? But I could see on a nice desolate road that this would be some fun. But I'm really roasting. I didn't feel any heat on that besides, you know, it being super crazy hot out. So this one, yeah. But maybe that doesn't bother you. I mean, and maybe there's a way to fix it too. Who knows, right? Maybe you can put some sort of tape or something, some shielding. I know they make kits for some of the bikes. I think it was a KTM or Ducati. But so we're almost at the dealer. So again, 2018 Ninja H2 SX SE. You can see a nice little thing here. So fully loaded. Fully loaded, 200 horsepower, 1 liter supercharged, weighs 200 and I think it was 276 kilos, cost just under 22,000 Canadian dollars. That's beautiful Canadian dollars. This is in the beautiful green. I think it might come in just black too. You got full LED lights, which you can't really see. Comes with this. Does it come? This one comes with the luggage. They're not super huge, but you can fit some gear and you strap something to the back. I have a dry bag that I like to strap to the back. You got this beautiful dash. There's a whole bunch of modes. I didn't get into that. There's people that have put videos on that. I've been riding it in full power mode. You have cruise control, heated grips. Yeah, I'm boiling though now. You have a quick shifter which works beautifully. There's a little bit of play here in the throttle, but I'm not getting that driveline lash, that real lurch on and off the throttle like I did on that concourse there. So that's the ass end of the concourse I just tested. This is a really nice bike. The looks is very subjective. I like the looks. I think Kawasaki has done some really good, some cool looking stuff here. Yeah, low speed, it's nice. So this suspension is a nicer ride than my electronic suspension on my bike. This seems a little bit more forgiving. And this is not even, I don't know what this is adjusted to. The screws look like at different positions on either side, so if I did have a bike like this, I would go see someone that knew more about these things than me, a good suspension guy, and I would set the sag. You can also adjust the height of the fork, you know, the ride height, by adjusting the height of the fork tubes from the triple clamp, and I'd get it all dialed in to me, because it doesn't have electronic suspension, and I'm sure in the future they're going to come out with a version with electronic suspension. So my verdict, I'm going to give this probably a 9 on 10. And I'm not going to subtract anything negative because of my limits of my body. Oop. So we're going to just do a little low speed here. And, oh, nice. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, leave your comments. I read all of them. And have a great day, and really thank you for watching.